With the Wake Up Newscast, I'm all about honoring and amplifying credible local journalism. Every story in every newscast credits and links back to the original source. Want to go deeper into any story? Just scroll down into the show notes to find the hyperlinked headlines. Okay, on with today's news. Wake up, Asheville. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for tuning in to your local newscast for Tuesday, March 3rd. As the primary elections culminate today, 3 Democrats running to represent Western North Carolina in Congress are criticizing their own party's campaign arm for backing a rival. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee added Jamie Ager to its Red to Blue program, which supports candidates in competitive U.S. House races. Ager has raised more money than his opponents combined, but candidates Richard Hudspeth, Paul Maddox, and Zelda Briarwood say the early endorsement sidelines voters and favors fundraising over grassroots support. Political scientists say parties also weigh who can win in November against Republican incumbent Chuck Edwards. You can read more about this at NC Newsline. Today's primary is an open grab bag for the 20 candidates vying for 3 open seats on Asheville City Council. It's perhaps the city's largest field of municipal candidates in decades. Results from voting today, combined with the early voting period, will narrow the field to 6 who will appear on the November general election ballot. The race includes incumbents, a former council member, a county commissioner, and several first-time candidates. Buncombe County's 3-way Democratic primary race for district attorney will effectively decide the eventual successor to the departing Todd Williams, because no Republican is running. You can read more about these races at 828 News Now. Efforts to bring Costco back to the table for developing an outlet in Asheville include outreach to the governor's office, the chair of the North Carolina Department of Transportation Board, and State Senator Tim Moffitt. City Council has also sent a letter to the governor and is exploring possible incentives, including using Helene recovery funds for road work. Costco pulled its application, citing additional requirements that increase costs and timelines. Those included city requests and more than $500,000 in state-recommended traffic upgrades. City Council member Bo Hess is among the more vocal elected officials trying to work through the issues that compelled Costco to pull back from developing in the UNCA Commerce Park. Read more about this in the Asheville Watchdog. Madison County is set to receive $3 million in federal funding for its new public safety center, part of a larger project expected to cost about $95 million. The funding comes through the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2026, following a request tied to storm damage and aging facilities. County leaders say lessons from Helene underscored the need for updated emergency services space. The proposed 80,000 square foot complex would house 911 communications, the Emergency Operations Center, and a new ambulance station. Groundbreaking is projected for 2027. Read more about this in the Citizen Times. And the Assembly NC has a deep overview of the stalemate over a proposal to build a 5,000-seat soccer stadium and mixed-use development in the woods near UNC Asheville. University leaders say the project could generate more than $250 million, create jobs, and provide steady rent to help offset enrollment declines and past budget shortfalls. But some Board of Governors members question whether a stadium would attract students or deliver promised benefits. Neighbors and faculty cite environmental concerns and a lack of public input. An independent commission is now studying options and expects to report this spring. We have a link to the Assembly NC story in our show notes. Our free newsletter is a quick local news digest, essentially this newscast in written form. Subscribe at wakeupavl.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at wakeupavl. And please share this podcast with your Asheville friends. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for starting your weekdays with Wake Up Asheville.